Let's set the scene, shall we? It's September, the leaves are still green, you can walk around with a sweater, and I am enjoying my very finished drink in a very finished bar. As a manifest my undying love for Helsinki, I am met with the most disgustingly disbelieving look from the Finnish friend sitting next to me. Uncertain whether he wants to laugh or shake me by the shoulders, eventually settles upon telling me that there's no way I am going to appreciate this city by the time December rolls around. Flash forward to last week when Anna asked me how I could possibly be so happy and normal when we have exactly 7 hours of sun in a day. You're handling it so well, she says. I laugh and tell her you have not seen Paris in November. You and I can agree on the fact that 2 plus 2 is 4, and that the sun circles the earth. Oh no, sorry, the earth goes around the sun. Still, those are facts. I'll give you another one, and you do not have any right to reply. You are, in fact, my audience. November in Paris is what Dante described as hell in his Divine Comedy. The rain, constant, all day, every day. The buildings, grey. The streets, wet and grey. The sky, polluted and grey. There isn't a colour, there's no change. We are just living hell for 30 days. Now, all this to say that November in Helsinki has never scared me, and after having lived it, I can confidently say that it will never scare me. Yes, October with the leaves changing colors and Halloween and the whole fall vibe is something truly wonderful. We love it. October was never the issue. But November rolls around, and true, the trees are naked and only waiting to be dressed up again in the white snow. It's cold and there's little light, but there are colors. So many of them. Even in the night, if it's cold enough, the sky will turn a dark shade of pink or purple, and there truly is nothing alike. The air is not as polluted, so as soon as I get out the door, I feel the freezing breeze and breathe in oxygen instead of carbon emissions. I feel alive in a way that a city rarely affords me. Every cell of my body is awake. And yes, one of my eyes is peeling from the cold and the other has a weird stain in, but who cares? My cheeks get red and I have to wear my little weird blue gloves. Coming home and drinking tea is 10 times more pleasurable, and I finally feel like November might just pass me by. It's not so scary anymore, not so long. On another note, because I took this Erasmus very seriously and am thus studying as little as I possibly can, I come bearing news. I am going to Warsaw, leaving in exactly 9 hours, and although I have already seen Warsaw in the summer, I am thrilled to go back, because my dear friend from uni is waiting for me, like a long-lost lover. Là, si tu vois cette vidéo, je m'excuse, c'est le délire près de peur qui me fait parler. A big subject of discussion as of lately, and by that I mean I talked about it with 3 people, and that to me is scientific data, is visiting friends in other countries. I truly am the luckiest girl alive because I have friends scattered around the world living their best life, and that makes for an excellent excuse to go visit a city. Or at least that's what it looks like from the outside. Because visiting Warsaw or Paris or Prague is only a collateral effect that comes from having the honor of spending time with someone you love dearly. I was talking to Anna, another one, I know it gets confusing, and she manifested a will to come to Paris in springtime. I was very quick to shut her down with, I'm sorry, but in 3 days there's not an enormous amount of sight we can see. Outraged, Anya Dragaya, I am exaggerating only because it makes for a better story, she turned to me and said, but I don't really want to come to Paris for the views. That I can do on my own. I want to see how you live, where you eat, where you study, what is your favorite street, and so on and so forth. I was moved to tears, and I am being 100% honest. No overreaction at all. What she said really struck me because it had never occurred to me that other people might feel the way I feel. When I went to Bologna to visit some friends of mine, I was elated to hear them talk about an adoptive city with such love. Oh, this is the corner when we talked until 3 a.m. We ate the cheapest pizza here, and etc. What I always want to do when visiting friends is to ask them outright, show me the city, how you live. I just want to borrow their eyes for those few days and be able to appreciate the beauty that hides in plain sight. So much of our affection is shaped by familiarity. something that only a very trained eye can catch in the shadows. I might see the parliament, but you remember smoking from the rooftop directly opposing it. So show me. I sometimes feel like a wild animal observer. I lurk in the shadows trying to see how the beasts, my friends, behave in their habitat, the questionable looking streets surrounding their uni. And I suppose I kind of want for my friends to see Helsinki the way that I do. When Ele and Laura came to visit, I could not for the life of me shut up. I would have stories or descriptions or even just thoughts about everything because I found everything endearing and I wanted them to see the city as I did. At a certain point, Laura actually told me, no, I can do the museums we were in class. Show me your favorite spots. All of this to say, in the next 3 days, I hope to never see a museum, but to come back with a clear vision of how Lila spends her days. If that makes me a registered stalker, so be it.